All right, y'all, get in here, you beautiful bastions of freedom, you amazing patriots all across the fruited plain, wherever we find you in this incredible nation, blessed beyond measure. This is going to be a show you're going to absolutely love because the entire narrative, idea, the entire pitch that everyone's lying to you about is falling apart right in front of your faces. We've got everything you need to know in this episode. This live stream is going to be a heck of a lot of fun. I've got tabs of freedom aplenty. So make sure as you get in here, you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on, and of course, let me hear you in the comments, chats, and emojis, because the more you engage, the more you give that notification bell a little pat in the butt to get up off his ass. Quite candidly. All right, let's get into this, people. We have got so much to talk about. It's almost ridiculous. So as you get in here, make sure you tell me audio, video, and make sure everything's good 5x5. And once we do, we will be ready and off to the races. This is going to be a spicy one, and I'm going to openly destroy some narratives and dreams of the far left because I just hate them lying to you, and it is actively happening right in real time. All right, we've got a notification. Dude, Trump's on live. That's fine. He stepped on my time frame. Okay, just to be honest. Well, don't worry. I'll catch up. Video and audio is a little out of link. Okay, cool. Let's do this. Let's get it. All right, people, listen. I understand that I hit the button right when Trump's live. It's okay. Trump goes live a lot. That's all right. We'll be okay. We'll be okay. Listen, I'm going to throw this right over here. I'm willing to bet Dan had enough of the BS going on in the administration. Totally possible. I mean, honestly, I got some interesting words to say on that in a second. But per usual, comments, chats, emojis, and then make the world go around. All right, you guys know the rules. Once I pin it, we're off to the races, and it is pinned. Let's freaking go. All right, people, listen. I despise the lies. I cannot stand the lies. And more importantly, they lie to you to affect your actions. And when you get that level of manipulation, and all of our people over here real distracted with some real stupid stuff, someone's got to tell you, and I will absolutely be that guy. So, per usual, we are going to go right into an entertaining opener. A appetizer, if you will. In this case, an appetizer of I am threatened and also a little bit of stupid because our opponents on the left, the anti-icers, they're furious. They figured out a way to get back at us pesky old Republicans and patriots. Yeah, they've got their own Boston Tea Party going on with 100 of their closest friends, and they're making the harbor cooler. Oh yeah, watch. This is meant to be funny. I enjoy your laughter. Let's go.
No terrorists! No ICE! No pigs! No terrorists! No ICE! No pigs! No terrorists! No ICE!
All right, so just so you guys know, that was them throwing ice in the river as a protest to ICE, and no tariffs and also no kings. Behold our opponents. Honest to God. They're throwing ice in the river to really get us. I don't even know where to go with that. But I am pretty excited. That's the best they can muster. We do Boston Tea Parties and then spark a revolution to save an entire country away from a monarchy. They throw ice in the river and then go home with their virtue signal. I mean, listen, I'm here for it. Weak and pathetic? That's absolutely. All right, let's keep on going, people. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Trump is cutting into my notifications and my audience, and that is rude. All right, here we go. Listen, if this one doesn't make you just... we're still in the appetizer phase. This is a multi-course appetizer. This one doesn't make your eyes just pop out of your head. This is an active sitting Democrat. Okay, we're about to watch stupid on parade. All right, and then I'm going to destroy everything from orbit because I've just got tabs on tabs on tabs. Watch this.
The order is focused on street and violent crime. Memphis has had too much and it's gone down. It went down before the federal task force came in, but it's gone down even a little bit more. We don't know exactly what street crime is. But we know when we say we're going to go in with ICE and take out the people that committed the most serious offenses, the worst of the worst, and we mentioned crime as homicide, we mentioned rape, we mentioned pedophiles. We know who those people are. But they're arresting people simply for the offense of being in the country illegally. It's not right, but it's not necessarily something that should cause deportation when they are not committing crimes and they are contributing to the economy. So that's
okay. The big takeaway here from the sitting Democrat in this video is just because someone's in the country illegally doesn't mean that they're subject to deportation. No, that's exactly what it means. There is no if, ands, or buts. It's not a question mark. That's exactly what it means. This is the sitting Democrat Representative Steve Cohen. Just because they're in the country illegally does not make them a candidate for deportation. Yes, it freaking does. What is wrong with you people? I swear to God, up is down, down is up, blue is red. It's wild. And as you guys get in here, make sure hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. We are just now getting into the party. And as this one right here, Dan Bongino, he is stepping out of the FBI. He has said he's going to resign. He's leaving his position in January. And here is something that I'm going to be real candid with y'all. I am ready. I see that super chat. I am ready to get Dan Bongino back in his position in the conservative MAGA movement. I mean, honest to goodness. I am ready to get him back in his show, the Dan Bongino show, because his presence is sorely needed. Because holy crap. I mean, I am ready to get him back in here because that is exactly what needs to happen. So, starting January, he won't be doing that. I'm betting you he's going to go back to his Bongino show and his Bongino enterprise, and I'm here for it. Anyway, let's keep on going. Mike Yu says, I miss hearing from the smoke detector. And you know what, Mike? Listen, that's just rude. I didn't mean to do it. I'm glad it made a good laugh for everybody, but I was a little awkward. All right, let's keep on going. Here come the tabs of freedom. Trump is really talking a long time. Oh, hey, look, speaking of Trump. Listen, y'all, I'm going to go big for this part as you guys are just now filtering in because I understand that if the president's speaking, he kind of trumps me. I get it. So here's the thing. They have told you and lied straight to your face for the past month and a half about how horrible the polling is, how incredible the polls are for the Democrats, how amazing everyone loves about the Democrat Party, the DNC is the way. Insert bullcrap lie here. And all of a sudden, when gas prices start going down, when rent starts going down, when interest rates start going down, it's the weirdest thing. But all of a sudden, this starts to sneak out in Quinnipiac, but you don't hear them breathlessly screaming on every media channel how bad this is. Don't worry, I got you. Breaking, a devastating new poll just came out, finding congressional Democrats' approval is at minus 55 points per Quinnipiac. That's one of the big boys. 18% approve and 73% disapprove. Really? I can't wait for all the media to run straight to that and tell us how done and cooked the Democrats are. Minus 55 points. No one likes them at all. Yeah, it's almost like you've been propagandized for the last month and a half. I got more. We're going to dive right into it. I'm going to dispel the propaganda immediately right out the gate. Hey, look, the other thing that I told you they were lying to you about. Here's the generic congressional ballot. This was just dropped today. Actually, yesterday was when this poll dropped. Democrats, 45%. Republicans, 44%. That is not even statistically tied anymore. That is now officially at the Republican advantage because this is a +3 biased congressional ballot. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. It is mind-boggling to me that they spend 3 weeks, 4 weeks propagandizing every single person watching this video. And then all of a sudden, when it reverses, they completely stop talking about how important the congressional ballot is. It's all propaganda. I do my very damnedest to bring you all the information, link it all in the description box to give you a guidepost on this because it's all lies. Look at that. 1 point difference? Wow, that's amazing how much that works, isn't it? Another super chat right over here. Bill Burchett with the $5 says, Democrat politicians are so stupid they hurt. Well, maybe they do hurt. Maybe that's why they're sore. Maybe that's why they're angry and cantankerous. All right, let's keep on going because this is some context. Listen, I've told you for a while, and I'm going to tell you for the next 11 months, the lies are only going to increase because they don't tell you the whole picture. They tell you this much. All right, now watch. The general congressional ballot trends by Quinnipiac. October, Democrats +9. December, Democrats +4. At a similar point in the 2018 cycle, voters favored Democrats by 14 points. Now hold the phone. Every one of you guys watching. And by the way, thank you for watching this while Trump's speaking because I didn't realize he was speaking. I kind of forgot he was speaking. But anyway, if you were at plus 14 in 2018 and Trump 1.0 and you took the House, but now your argument is there's a blue tsunami coming, just like 2018, but your congressional generic ballot is 10 points lower than it was back then, and you are neck and neck 1-1, something tells me somebody's lying. Because that is a irrefutable fact. That is cold, that is a record, that is right there for you. They're actively lying to you, like I consistently say. Hey, look, here's some more stuff. Republicans, not me on any poll, that's right. It's amazing how that's so weird. No one ever knows. Republicans versus Democrats on the issues, as you can see, immigration, national security, national debt, foreign policy, trade, taxes, and the economy are all firmly in the Republican column. Social security, entitlement, healthcare, entitlement, abortion, in my opinion, entitlement, and LGBTQ rights, special interest. Congrats. You got 4 out of all of those, and all the ones that were all the important pieces were all still firmly in the Republican category. The congressional generic ballot is going back towards Republicans. The Democrats are sliding off of a cliff. They have a negative 55 approval rating with the population. Don't worry, it's not it's your lying eyes that are seeing that. It's not everyone doesn't like them. Good God, guys, it's wild how they don't show you this stuff. But that's why I have a job, as I normally say. This one kind of reinforces a point, but I want to show you something real quick. This is real-time, Real Clear Politics, okay? So Real Clear Politics operates under an aggregate of polls, all right? As we go forward here, you can see all of it. Republican Party, minus 14. Democrat Party, minus 23. Trump, I'll get to that in a second, at the unfavorable, favorable. And then this congressional generic ballot. You remember when I told you guys, let me hear you in the comments over here, when what was I going to say? Oh, dadgummit. Oh, yeah. When I told you that when the 14 plus outlier poll falls off, the one that we've been covering that they, got emotional about on the media and the news and all the political leftist talking heads, when that falls off, it was going to devastate the average. Oh my God, look, imagine math and averages. When you float random numbers that don't have anything to do with reality, it artificially inflates the polls. The Real Clear political advantage aggregate polling average is plus 3. Plus 3 is a dead heat. To give you an idea, objectively, it's a dead heat. They're all lying. It's wild how much they lie. But anyway, that's okay. It's why I have a job. Now, this part, I'm going to do a lot of stuff on this part. We're just going to roll, and if you saw the video earlier today, I touched on this, but I want to give a high level and bring in some more information for you guys. If you watched this earlier, you know that that graph is a representation of the yellow being the buyers and the blue being the sellers. Do you know what happened in the Biden administration in January 20th or January 2022? A massive amount of immigration that was illegal. Then they opened up all the federal taxpayer dollars to back the mortgages that were involved in that whole little debacle, and then it all leveled out at inflated pricing, and now all the 2.2 million immigrants are gone and they've been shown the door, and now there's more sellers than buyers, almost like the market is looking for a natural equilibrium. The government, through the Biden administration, falsely manipulated the housing prices, making it too expensive for you because they eased the restrictions and did things they weren't supposed to do with illegals, which they opened the door of the border to, which then cut down on supply, which jacked up the prices of our housing and our rent. Weird. Anyway, let's keep on going. I'm going to show you even more of this stuff. Now, this one is fun. I'm just going to do this. This is just rage bait for the lefties, honestly, because they tend to filter in. They wander into my live stream sometimes. This is just rage bait for them. I'm just going to hit it because it's Fox News A. It's Kayleigh McEnany. That's B. And then C is she's talking about Trump being the most popular president in the 21st century because this is hilarious.
When you look at the report card, according to Real Clear Politics as of Sunday, he is the most popular president at this point in his presidency in the 21st century. Average of polls 43.7%. Compare that to Obama this day in history, this point in his second term, 42.6%. Bush, 42.5%, though I believe Bush tied President Trump today. Nevertheless, President Trump, far more popular than President Obama at this point in his presidency. Agreed that...
Uh-oh. Whoops-a-toodles. And if you want to watch the whole clip of anything I show you, it's always in the description box. I always link everything. Bring all the receipts. If it's a congressional tie, essentially, And the Republicans are starting to do things. I'm not saying they are good or they're perfect. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they're starting to. Okay, that's all. Objectively. They're saying they're going to. Anyway. If Trump's not as bad as everyone says, and he's actually the best president per polling, of which they keep on touting, and congressional Democrats are the worst, or least popular than like moldy bread, something tells me something's off. I'm just saying. It's almost like propagandistic stuff. Anyway, back to the housing things. So we have U.S. home prices that have gone down for the first time in over 2 years, declining 1.4% in the past 3 months. Guys, what could have happened? What could have happened? I am at a loss. We had more buyers, and then there was immigration crackdown, which 2.2 million people left the states that were illegal immigrants. And then there's more sellers than there were buyers. I can't figure it out. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments in the chats who was buying all the houses and applying more consumption to the housing supply. I don't know. This seems pretty self-explanatory. Let's continue. We got even more. Rents down minus 0.2, biggest drop in 15 years, down from 1.5, minus 0.4, minus 0.02, minus 0.1. The U.S. rental market is slowing because all the people are gone. It's not hard. Okay, let's keep on going. I got even more. The HUD, the Housing and Urban Development, cracks down on government-backed mortgage eligibility for illegal immigrants to prioritize American citizens and taxpayers. Shouldn't that article title be, What the Actual F? I mean, y'all, it's not hard. Come here, real quick. For any lefty that happens to be watching, or anyone you share with, or any clips you guys want to take, I don't care, it's fine. But legitimately, if you open the door to the border and you aren't enforcing border security, not only do you have a safety and security concern, you also have a massive open door, and then you combine that with a liberal leftist agenda from the Biden administration of giving federal-backed mortgages and federal assistance to all those illegal immigrants coming in. Wouldn't it be surprising if all the housing prices went up because you have a fixed supply, you have more buyers all of a sudden, then the prices go up? This is not difficult. This is economics 101. These people, through the Biden administration, did the following. More people came in, that jacked up grocery prices. More inflation, that jacked up grocery prices. They instilled universal mandates on car manufacturers, which made cars more expensive because they had to meet the certain rigorous testing standards. That made cars more expensive. More people made housing more expensive. Rent was more expensive. And because more consumption, gas was more expensive. Y'all, are you seeing what happened? Objectively, over the last 4 years, you had a few million people come into the system, get federal assistance, and jacked up all the pricing because they consumed all the supply. This is simple. And now they're leaving and it's all going down. And it's like, oh my God, what's happening? It is wild. Let's keep on going. We got more to talk about. All right, listen. This one, I'm going to preface this part because this is really important stuff, guys. Replace Pam Bondi with Harmeet Dillon. I'm going to be honest. I would not be upset about that. That's a good comment. Here's the thing. What I'm about to show you, it's a good thing for the administration. It's a good thing for the American people. When things are going badly, I'll tell you they're going badly. When things are going well, I'll tell you when they're going well. I'll tell you when there's green shoots, and I'll tell you when there's a dead tree on the hill that needs to be pulled out. I will. But honest to God, listen to this. Everything that people are voting for, you're starting to see it. I'm just telling you.
Listen, this is a report for over 2 months. So if you look over the totality of those 2 months, you have the U.S. economy creating 121,000 private sector jobs and shedding 162,000 government jobs. Now, a lot of
just that part. Do you understand what everyone was screaming about commenting the swamp? Getting rid of the bureaucracies? Y'all, I'm just going to keep on putting logs on the fire. You tell me if they're burning over here on this comments and chats, okay? Because comments, chats, and emojis make the world go round, even when Trump's talking. If you had 160,000 jobs leave the federal government and you had 120,000 get picked up in the private sector and federal employment is way down, y'all, come here. That's the swamp draining. 160,000 federal bureaucracy workers are now out of that public workforce, and 120 of them shifted to the private. Y'all, that is draining the swamp. Objectively. All right, let's keep on going. I got a super chat over here from Jared Sellers for $5. It's not rocket science, but typical liberal fashion, they think we're stupid and it pisses them off that we figured the game's out. Yes, exactly. Y'all, we just hit a watermark of pride for me. I'm going to take a second. We've got 1,000 viewers at the same time Trump is speaking. Thank you, guys. That's like a little bit of like a pin right here. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, back to us kicking ass. Let's go.
Those government jobs went away because of the fork in the road efforts, the DOGE efforts that meant that many people who were retired from the federal government basically went off of payroll in the month of October. And so that explains what happened there. If you look at the unemployment rate, it's true that the unemployment rate did tick up. That uptick, though, is statistically insignificant. And if you dig into the numbers and look at what caused it to go up, it's entirely driven by re-entry into the labor force. And that's consistent with the fact that when you look at the labor force participation rate, that labor force participation rate also went up.
Well, what's driving that?
What's driving that is that, real wages are up. So if you look at wages have been outpacing inflation, whatever measure you look at. And so when wages are going up, that's attractive for people to re-enter the labor force. And in our view, that suggests that, the economy is doing extremely well. That's consistent with the fact.
Okay, I like that guy, the tone in his, the bass in his voice. I do respect that. I like that. However, I'm done with him for a second. Listen, y'all, I'm going to be real candid with you guys really quickly. I will always do my very best to be extremely honest with you. I don't like clickbait. I don't like lying to you. I will not do it, right? That's why I bring all my receipts. It's not about me. It's about lying to you. I cannot stand when people lie to us, okay? So here's the really interesting part about this whole thing when you zoom out and you look at this. You have people who wanted the swamp drained. 160,000 people were just removed from the public or the federal workforce. 120,000 shifted private. Okay, that's good. You had 2.2 million people removed from this country that were here illegally in the last year. So in the last year, you've had 2.2 go out. Prices are going down on gas. They're going down on groceries. They're going down on rent. They're going down on mortgages. And the housing is actually softening because it was artificially inflated by a Biden administration. Car manufacturers are making cars that people actually want. They're, quote, following the market and following the customers. Y'all, nature is healing. And all to top it all off, wages have been outpacing inflation by whatever measure you look at. And so wages are going up. That's attractive for people to re-enter the labor force. Okay, y'all, when I tell you in 2026, January 1, the big beautiful bill that does a few very important things kicks in. You have the no tax on tips. You have the no tax on Social Security. You have the no tax on overtime. Those three things right there are going to dramatically impact people's take-home pay. Dramatically. Okay? When that happens, you have more discretionary income. That means people are going to start spending more. So with more consumption comes rises in GDP, comes more spending and circulation in the money supply. When that happens, you also have the other side, which wages are increasing. The bureaucracy in the swamp is draining and shrinking. The private sector is growing. Y'all, nature is healing. And it's been 11 months. Nothing's perfect. I'll never say anything's perfect. But by God, we have opportunities. We also have some pretty damn good things to accept about, or to be happy about as well. It's just an easier word. All right. Remember, guys, comments, chats, emojis. This is the part where we just pump up the hopium a little bit because, honest to God, it's not as bad as everyone thinks and says. All right, here you go. This is another gas thing. This is local news. In Vegas, of all places, which is interesting because, as you know, Nevada did go to Donald Trump as part of the swing state complete and total victory. Eat it, Kamala. All right, keep it going.
5 cents a gallon, that is a pretty big deal. Now, if you would have just filled up a 20-gallon tank compared to a month ago, you would have saved more than $9 a tank. And if you have 2 to 3 cars and you fill up several times a month, that is a lot of savings. You might be doing a double take at some gas stations around town. Regular gas for less than $3 a gallon. That's what we found at the Quick Trip on Low C.
Now, y'all, it's kind of weird. You might take a double take. What could have changed in that time frame? Oh yeah, when Donald Trump was going through his election and the whole campaign for election, He literally said multiple times, if you lower gas and energy prices, which filters into every other consumable good, it all lowers. Oh my God, look, the gas is going down. Now, here's the thing. They cannot handle when things go well for you, for me, for conservatives, for MAGA, for Republicans, for whatever. They can't handle it, right? And talking about the left, of course, left and the media. So here's the way that this is playing out. And this is the fun part, and this is how you know you're going to really win a conversation. Before prices were going down, it was gas is too high, consumption is too high, everything's too high, particularly gas. Donald Trump hates you, he rated gas high. Gas starts falling off of a cliff because consumption goes down, because 2.2 million consumers are not in the marketplace anymore. Then all of a sudden, it's, well, when gas goes down, it's a recession. Donald Trump hates you. It's a recession. Donald Trump caused a recession. Can't you see? Look at the gas prices. I thought you wanted gas prices lower. No. You didn't want gas prices lower. You want Donald Trump out of office. That's the whole point. It's all lies. It's all manipulation. If you look at a 2-week time span, it's gas is bad because it's too expensive. Gas goes down. Donald Trump's bad because it's a recession. Pull up your X app. It's crazy. All right, let's keep on going. I pride myself on dispelling all of the BS. Hey, speaking of BS, look at this. What do you know that the Republicans pulled something out of their hat today that you probably didn't hear a whole bunch about? And I'm just going to keep on rolling. If you guys are enjoying this, hit that comment, the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn the notification bell on. Of course, comments, chats, and emojis make the world go round. Well, you probably didn't hear about this, which is so super weird. I don't know why you wouldn't hear about this. Maybe it's something about my analysis that I'm going to kind of drop on you that might put the Democrats in an uncomfortable position. The U.S. House today advanced a GOP healthcare bill that lets people buy insurance in groups to save money on premiums. And I'm going to do a whole video on this at some point in the next week or the next few days. But wait a minute. Without Democrats' ACA subsidies, extension for big and rich insurance, the vote was 213 to 209. So it passed the House. That's weird because I thought Republicans didn't want to do anything about healthcare. I thought they were evil and wanted everyone to die. But they don't want everyone to die. Wait, I'm confused. Well, I'll tell you something else I'm very confused about, and the big gotcha moment's coming in a second. Just bear with me. Something else I'm very confused about. How could it be bad for the GOP to advance a healthcare bill for people to buy insurance in groups like, like churches, social groups, social clubs, the Boy Scouts, a YouTube audience? Why would that be bad? Because I believe that would file firmly under collectivization or collective bargaining. You get a whole bunch of people in there and you get a bigger policy, and the Republicans just passed a law, or a bill rather, that is going to allow everyone to group up into big organizations to make bills cheaper and insurance premiums cheaper. And the Republicans passed it and the Democrats said no, against unionization and for big company, big insurance profits. That's weird because that means they're here for the rich and they're against collectivization. I don't understand. Those are tenets of the Democratic Party. It's almost like they only want to keep the issue to be an issue. That is bizarre. Maybe there's something in these further tabs. Oh, wait a minute. Look, a Republican senator out here pushing exactly what I just said. You're going to save $2,500 a family? Complete lie. Premiums up, copays up, deductibles up. This is the whole point. The entire Democrat line has been healthcare is about to explode on cost. The Republicans are out here passing bills that say, why don't you guys allow us to just group together and seek our own healthcare plans? Genuinely, under the bill the Republicans just passed, the bill, you and I, 700,000 people in my YouTube audience could do a healthcare collection and we could argue for lower rates and everything just because we had a large group of people. It literally would be possible. It's not right now. But that's Republicans' fault, even though Republicans passed this bill. Because Republicans don't care about anybody, right? Yeah, okay. Here you go. This is the best part, where the Democrats stepped in it, and honestly, the Republicans are actually taking advantage of it, and I'm freaking here for it. Watch this. Rick Scott, Florida Senator.
Decisions. They'll make way better decisions for their families. So our bill, and thank you for all your efforts to get it passed in the House, our bill does these things. Number one is, instead of giving the money to an insurance company, give it to the person. Think about it. We want people to get health care. We want people to get food, right? In food stamps, we don't give it to the grocery store and say, oh, well, they'll send you some food. they'll send you, they'd be stuck with more broccoli probably, but it might be healthier. But we don't do it that way. We let people make a decision. So they control what they buy, and they can control the cost of.
That is come here. That is the best argument you're ever going to hear on the planet. Put it on repeat, Republicans, for the love of God. I'll play it every single time. So wait a minute. You don't want on the Democrat side to have have the American people get the exact same money and dictate their own healthcare decisions, just like we do with your sacred SNAP programs and your food stamps and your EBT. They get the money and get to spend it however they want over here for food stamps. Those things in SNAP and all that was, a sacred cow, but it's not okay for healthcare. Explain to me why that is. Because if it's okay for food and food and consumption over here, why is it not okay with healthcare? Hey, here's another question. Why are you against collective bargaining? Why are you for the big insurance companies that were going to get the money and then dictate everything to the people? Because they don't get to spend their own choices, but they are smart enough on their food. Explain that to me. That needs to be the pitch across the board. Mike Johnson, call me. Good God. That's so good. All right, let's keep on going.
Food also. We let them buy what they want to buy, so we should give it to the individual that we want to help, and then let them buy the insurance they want to have. Your family might be different than mine, different stages of life, so we might want to buy something different. Then you ought to know what things cost, right? So if you do those things, the cost of healthcare is going to come down. That's the problem. Obamacare was sold on a lie. They said, oh, you keep your doctor, lie. Keep your plan, lie. Oh, you're going to save $2,500 a family. Complete lie. Think about it. Premiums are up, payments are up, deductibles are up. And by the way, remember the government was going to save money with Obamacare. And it's cost us it costs us, unbelievable amounts of money right now.
Republicans knew it was bad.
Yep.
All right, there's only so much I can listen to really old guys talking back and forth. I'm sorry, there's only so many things I can do. But you guys get the idea. The entire thing was based on a lie, and now the Democrats are trying to hang it on the Republicans. Republicans are outmaneuvering them, and I'm freaking here for it. Let's keep on going. I got something else. Hey, who's ready for a hot button topic that I probably shouldn't talk about, but I'm gonna anyway? Oops. Yeah, I hit the button. That's okay. That's okay. You guys deserve this. It's the cherry on top of this episode. The House just passed a bill criminalizing gender-affirming care for minors. Yeah, that just happened. There's another one coming in about 2 days. Again, these are the things that the Republicans were elected on, because that whole men and women's sports, men and women's locker rooms, that whole men erasing women's rights because they called themselves women, that whole thing, that whole little chestnut. Yeah, it's amazing how that passes the House, but then the Democrats are probably going to kill it in the Senate under the filibuster. Isn't that weird? I think I did another video earlier this week. I think it was this week, either this week or earlier week, where I said that woke is still alive and well. It's just hibernating. Yep. The Democrats are probably going to kill this in the Senate. All right. Maybe I'm making something up. Nope. Look at it. I got highlights. The bill, Protect Child's Innocence, sponsored by Marjorie Greene, would make a Class C felony to treat minors with gender-affirming care like surgeries and puberty blockers because it screws them up. If enacted, the bill could imprison doctors who provide such care for up to 10 years. So here's the thing. They're children. They're not adults. You turned 18 and you want to cut your arm off? That's your choice. Probably dumb, probably not smart, but you're 18, you're an adult. You can also vote. Mm-hmm. But, honest to God, minors? Can we just stay out of minors? Maybe just not children. Maybe? Okay. It's unclear whether the GOP-led Senate will take up the measure, though it is unlikely it would get enough Democratic support to pass out of that chamber. Now, why would that not get enough support on the Democrat side if, they're into common sense again? Because they're not. Oh, these crazy wokies. In fact, look, here's a Democrat on the House floor today freaking out about the fact that Republicans would dare pass this. Watch this.
Even for Republicans, this is extreme.
Oh.
Are we really attempting to lock up parents and doctors?
Oh.
Your kids' medical care is none of their damn business.
Yeah.
We
okay.
should call this obsession with your kids and what treatment they're getting in the pediatrician's office what it is. It's creepy. It's a creepy obsession, and we've had to deal with it for years. The science is
You're cutting kids' genitals off.
Evidence-based, medically necessary care for transgender youth is safe, it's effective, it's supported by every major medical association in the United States, including the American Medical Association, and the American Academy of Pediatrics.
Yeah, all that does is prove the American Academy of Pediatrics is real effed up. I'm sorry, she clearly opened up her abortion talking points from her earlier days when she was, still, that's mean. Whatever, you get where I was going. But the safe, what was it, safe, effective, and rare? Remember that crap? Now it's abortion 24/7? Like, my God. These people are insane. They haven't not been insane. They're still insane. This is the reason they have this crap going on right here. When everybody hates them. They like to do this whole thing, and this is the beautiful wrap-up on this episode. I hope it's beautiful. We'll see what happens. They like to do this whole thing about being the opposition party and fighting Trump and being the one solution, and they care about Americans, when about 11 months ago, every single American could not stand them, could not look at them, could not do anything with Team Democrat. Every single person was annoyed by the Team Democrat. The finger-wagging, the nanny state, the authoritarian meritocracy, what? Authoritarian, what was I trying to say? Moral equivalency? Sure, didn't feel right, whatever, you get it. It was all a bunch of nanny state finger wagging. Oh my God, I really want to nail that. I don't know what it is. We'll figure it out later. But here's the whole point. No one likes them. Still no one likes them. They're really good at going, look at how bad Donald Trump is. They're like, hey, did you guys hear about the Democrats? What, did I tell you how bad Donald Trump is? Oh my God, he's horrible. Don't look at me. Y'all, we have 10 more months. We got 10 more months of extreme propaganda that is about to be force-fed right down your gullet, 24/7. But luckily, we'll be here together dispelling all of it. I source everything so you guys too can have the power of dispelling evil where you find it. Not saying Democrats are evil, but some of those lefty things. Whoa. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for showing up and taking part in the show, even when the Trumpster was on the podium. I mean, that is like, I feel you guys on that one. Thank you very much for that. Listen, I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love each and every one of you, just the right amount that makes you feel comfortable. I hope that you enjoyed the show. I'll see you the next time I see you.